Welcome to Main Event Pong presents Books and Booze with Banshee and Deezy and our favorite reoccurring special guest, Wolfie.
Not really.
So tonight, another book that Wolfie brought to our attention, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. We're gonna get into our drinks first. But this is a pretty good book. You guys should totally read this book. I'm just going to start off by saying that.
It's very directed towards us.
Nerds!
People like us. If you are a nerd, a geek, or a dork, this book is like, it's almost a must read if you are one of us.
This book is actually set in the future, but it's a little bit 80s themed. It's set in a future obsessed with the 80s, which is kind of like now.
80s are hot right now, which is weird.
The 90s are kind of hot right now too. For this specific book, we are going to drink a cocktail we looked up on the Oasis nets called a Pac-man.
Blah, 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 blah.
But before we do that, I let Wolfie pick the shot, and you remember how disgusting it was last time we did a cannonball, but this motherfucker said this was video game-esque, so we gonna shoot the cannonball again. You're a sick
I know, out of all the liquors in the cabinet, that just made me think of those giant Gundam robots.
That's true.
Stuff.
It's a fucking babam.
I would think babam.
God damn it. It's
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad, it just kind of sucks.
It's fucking disgusting.
I wanted that on the way here, but I came straight here.
This is delicious.
Yeah, if he showed up before midnight, he could have had In-N-Out also.
This is good. Did you guys taste this?
Not yet.
Fixing it right now.
Let's get into a little synopsis. You guys want me to do it? You want to do it?
No, you can
You know what? No, just let him do it.
You want to do it?
Alright, so yeah, we're in the future. You can kind of understand the world's in decline.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, there's no more fossil fuel cars. They have these trailer parks. They're like stacked trailers on top of trailers.
There. Yep.
You know, like shanty towns, but trailers. And everybody finds an escape from this shitty world in this video game called Oasis.
Yes! It's kind of like the Matrix, but you know you're in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You only leave it when you have to take a poo or sometimes bathe. Some people opt not to. They stay.
If you have a girlfriend and you actually want to have real sex, like you could totally, and not with like a dummy. So at the beginning of the book, you find out there's a contest.
Yeah, so the creator of the Oasis dies. And lo and behold, it's like Willy Wonka giving you the keys to the candy
Pretty
factory.
much, yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Willy Wonka.
It's very similar.
Really, the beginning of it, I was like, this is so Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of shit and no heirs that are going to fight over it, you could be like, let's see what happens. Let's have a game for it.
Halliday is cool as fuck.
Yeah, he was obsessed with the 80s and he wanted everybody else to be obsessed with it. So upon his death and creating this contest, society just became obsessed with finding the Easter eggs so they could win the contest and take over the company, get all the billions of dollars that he left behind.
Which pretty much changed the world because since he was obsessed with the 80s, he based his game off of everything he loved. So that made the whole world obsessed with the 80s. Mm-hmm. Everything is 80s and there's obsessive 80s. Like when they cite, it's just obsessive 80s information.
Well, that's the one thing. I feel like it's cited, like, we grew up in, like, we were babies of the 80s. Like, you know, like,
yeah.
We were, like, in elementary
We're
school
all
in
like
the 80s,
Rainbow
not high
Bright,
school,
Care
you know?
Bears, y'all was G.I. Joes.
But, like,
Thundercats.
we have fun
Thundercats.
memories of it.
Email.
But, like, when they're talking about it, it's not so much like a love of it, it's more like reading a history book. Like, you remember when the fall of the Berlin Wall and, like, all these kind of things, more as facts than something that makes life awesome.
This book is like, okay, every single 80s reference, even fucking Family Ties, fucking, they mentioned the fucking Pepsi challenge in this book. So, long story short, at the beginning of the book, this isn't a spoiler because you find this shit out in like the first 3 pages. The book is in the POV of the character who wins Halliday's contest. And that's not a spoiler because, like I said, literally it's in the prologue. So like, it's not a spoiler, like whatever, you know from the beginning. It's just like how he went about doing it.
Not only are all these nerds trying to win this contest, a giant corporation that pretty much is running the internet wants to win so they could just control and monetize everything.
The Sixers.
So as soon as these people start getting all the keys and finding out that, like, they're not far behind. So if they don't make sure they're in the lead, they're not going to win.
And you know what? I thought that part may seem unrealistic, but it's actually incredibly realistic.
What about us? Super company conglomerate?
No, not that. The part that one guy showed up on the scoreboard, and then like 8 hours, like a couple of hours later, other people did.
That's how real life would be.
Yeah, that is. Because like, think about the guy, my old boss used to use this reference all the time, that like the first guy that ever ran a 10-minute mile, you know, did it, and nobody had ever done it before, and then all of a sudden everybody did it. Yeah. That's how it works, dude. You don't think you can do someone until someone does it, and then you're like, I can do that. I'm gonna do it right now.
Competition brings out the
Can you walk a 10-minute mile?
Whatever. I might be. Maybe it's 1 minute miles. Shut up. Why are you gonna get all technical? It's just the point. Yeah. But it's true. That's so true. How it is like once one person does this shit, everybody does it.
Remember the truth in this. So Artemis. She was like the true front runner in this contest because in the beginning, remember, she found it first. She just couldn't beat it.
But not like, I thought you meant publicly.
No.
In this, Cause here's this part though. This is what I find a little bit unbelievable about Artemis. She found it 2 weeks prior, right?
Yeah, 3.
How the fuck? And you can only play it one time. So there's a gate. The first gate is basically, he finds the first gate because he learned some shit about Holiday, whatever. I'll let you read that part for yourself. But basically the first challenge is to play Joust. Joust.
Yeah,
sorry.
are you serious?
Whatever. Joust. Shut up. So to play Joust/Joust. I like to say things how I like to say them. So to play Joust, and she had been trying to play it for 2 weeks. You can only play it once a day with the dude, and then it resets. Why the fuck wouldn't she be playing that shit all day, every day in between?
She said she was.
She said she was. She just sucked.
And she never got better?
No, she just sucked at it.
I don't know.
No, hold on. There's different types of games that some people just aren't good at.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, yeah, that's true. I can't do fucking weird patterning shit where you have to hit the button at the exact right time. Like when I was playing Lollipop Chainsaw, and anytime there was a Nick shoot, I'd be like, Nuff, do this for me! So long story short, Halliday puts these challenges in for you. You got 3 gates, right?
Yeah.
But to get to a gate, so there's pretty much 2 challenges per challenge.
You gotta earn a key, and then you gotta
get to the gate.
Beat the gate.
So it's basically 6 things that you gotta do.
Yes.
So you play Juiced to get to the first gate, and then the first gate is fucking fun as shit. Once you get there, you get to fucking reenact war games.
Which was pretty
Oh my god!
Some people are hacking, like that one corporation is hacking these games so they can win some of the competitions.
Yeah.
But for you to be able to quote, like if you're studying every 80s movie, and if your favorite movie is Lady Hawk, but somehow you know word for word war games amongst learning all this, like the fact that he could do war games every like Matthew Broderick line and stuff, it's just like a little realistic.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Though. If they obsess, remember he had so in this book there's called he has an almanac. Holiday's almanac, which is every like. It's like a Bible.
Words of wisdom, insights.
Yeah. So, and we forgot the term Gunters. Gunters is hunters of the egg. And it's not just our main hero, which we didn't discuss.
It's basically anyone playing the game.
Anybody trying to find his egg and obsessed with it, they're called Gunters. And they all obsess with Holiday's information. So they all study that. Then not only do they study that, they critique everything that he mentions. So they study whatever he mentions. And it's just this whole bunch of information of obsession that all these Gunters have. And our hero, Wade, is the hero of the story. Is it Wade Wilson? What's his last name?
Why do you think that's fucking Deadpool?
Yeah. So Wade starts out in the Oasis, obsessed with it, overweight, acne, kind of nerdy. And you actually see his growth because then he becomes the hero. And he loses weight not only in reality, but he becomes this crazy super hacker.
And you know what's cool about it? Wade's story is that this dude's poor as fuck.
He is poor.
And the Oasis is not free. But that's not how
it is free.
Well, it's like a dime, right?
Well, it's free. It's pay to play.
To get in, it's free. But then to get all the shit, the IO whatever, the I Corporation,
hold on.
who's supposed to be
in the game, like getting onto Oasis, like your phone bill, your internet access is free. He got the goggles and all this get set up by signing up for school. He wouldn't have been able to afford the shit otherwise. He got it because he's going to school in Oasis. But because he has no money in the game to pay to go anywhere else, he's stuck on campus nonstop.
It's like You guys play games.
Well,
you know
not
how
campus,
you have
the
to buy
school
if
world.
you want
The
like some
school world,
special
yes,
items.
campus.
You can work really hard for them and earn them, or you could just buy that shit. At the beginning of the book, isn't he like level 10 or level 5 or some shit?
He only was like level 3.
He's like
He's like
low.
level 0,
He was
even
killing
though
kobolds.
even though he's super knowledgeable and has done his research and stuff. At the end of the day, he's limited because he doesn't have any special equipment. He is level 1, fucking Erdrick in Dragon Warrior #1. He's got fucking clothes and a wood sword. He does not yet have Erdrick's armor or the flame sword.
He has nothing.
You guys don't want to fuck. I went old school on that one.
You're going all super nerdy. It's hard
You know
to keep
what?
up.
Fuck you guys.
I got lost in equipment.
So long story short, he starts out poor. He's like
He's good at computers. That's part
sleeping in a laundry room at his aunt's house. Like, he's Poe. Dude is dirt Poe.
His parents are dead.
Yes.
He lives with his
parents,
aunt.
Sadly, his parents are no
In a
longer.
lunchroom. She only wants him because he gets food vouchers from the government.
She tries to steal a laptop from him. She does.
She
steal
took his
one.
laptop.
Yeah, but
The
somehow he's poor,
synapses.
but he has like 3 other laptops.
He digs them out of the trash and fixes them.
Because he's a smart guy. And this synapse is all over the place.
Yeah. Anyway, you kind of get the point. At some point in the book, he's going through his gates. At first, he's #1. He falls below Artemis. He falls below some of the dudes from the fucking Sixers.
That's further. That's way down.
Yeah.
The
Between
company
the
is the
first
second gate.
and the second gate, he starts getting real chummy with Artemis and stops caring because he wants bow chicko bow wow. And they go on dates. Now, when I say
I think
dates,
I love
I mean
Artemis too. What's up, Artemis?
they start going on cyber dates or whatever. They both kind of lose interest in the contest. And Wade is like, hey, Artemis, I think I love you, wild thing. And then she's like, no, I gotta win this contest and you're a distraction or whatever, and you won't love me in real life because I don't look like my avatar. At that point, he's depressed, but she doubles down and pulls ahead of him. So she doubles down and gets the second key. The second key is, what do they gotta do?
But for the second key, I know that the gate was the game, was like a immersive video game, like something dragon or something tiger.
Galaga or space something?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he got the game by playing whatever tiger or whatever dragon.
Yeah.
But the key, I forgot how he got the key.
Wait, what was the one where he went into the house on like the Snowbro planet?
That's the second key.
And he pulled all the things
that's
and he
what
put
we're
it
The
in
talking
trophy
and
one.
he,
That's the
and
second
he blew
key.
the whistle.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
second
what we're
key.
talking about.
Alright,
It was the Captain Crunch whistle.
Yeah.
This is after Artemis dumped his ass.
Yeah. So she dumped him after the first key before she finds the second gate.
Artemis gets the second key
So
first.
somewhere in there, he plays a Pac-Man game. Before he gets the second key, he plays a Pac-Man game. He thinks he wastes time. He gets a quarter. That's important for later.
So when he went to this planet, the arcade planet,
He thought he was on the right path.
thought he was on the right path.
But he still got something out of it. He wasn't sure how special it was, but he knew something about it was good because he couldn't tell what it
And
was.
this is why books are never the same for each person, because sometimes the fans interpret it differently, and every book is its own unique story to the reader.
You some kind of mage?
You're still
I'm
wrong.
a fucking nerdy ass person. Leave me alone.
All right. But for a bit, I honestly did think, what if Artemis was a dude? Like, that's what I think. Whenever it came down to like talking to the girls online, I never fucking trusted it. Like I always thought, like when it came to OK Cupid or whatever, I always thought it was some dude trying to catfish me. Even though before catfishing existed.
No, it probably wasn't a dude. It was probably just a girl who was 40 pounds fatter than she said. See,
No,
I don't know. We're on video,
fatter.
so you can trust us if you ever talk to us online. But we
Don't
all with
trust
people,
me.
so we're not trying to chat you
Don't
up.
trust me.
But if you do, whatever, trust us all. Oh, don't
trust me.
trust you. Why? Who you trying to chat up?
No.
Ooh, busted. Shit. So Wade gets an apartment, gets all his shit together. At some point, he gets the second key.
It's not like he just gets an apartment like he's going off to college.
No.
He's on the fucking run from.
At one point, the Sixers recruit him.
They want to recruit him.
Yeah, tell us what happens.
So he takes a virtual tour of their office. Like they do everything online. They don't. They always online. So he's taking a virtual tour of the office, and he's like, "I'm going to give you an offer," and he's like, "No," and he's like, "Well, you're either going to take this offer or we're going to kill you." And he's not at home. Like he logs in from his little secret hiding space, and he's thinking they're bluffing. So he's like, "No," and he logs out, and he doesn't hear shit. And then all of a sudden, back over at the trailer stacks, he hears an explosion. So they tried to kill him, you know?
And he's like in a van outside, right?
Yeah, he's hiding in like
he's in a van down by the river.
He's like, he got an apartment. No, he's on the fucking run.
He is on the lam.
He has a different identity. He changed his identity, you know? So, but he's all invested. He's got money from his endorsements for being this egg hunter.
And he's for sure, and he realizes, fuck, this shit's dangerous. What I've gotten myself into is dangerous.
Well, it's a multi-million-dollar deal. Like, if
Billion.
billions of dollars on the line,
Yeah.
this kid from the stacks can't win. So they actually think they killed him,
And
but
if
they
you
didn't.
think about it, this other conglomerate is like tied to the Oasis. So
Yeah.
I get it. I get where they're coming from.
So he gets his apartment because he's on the lam. He turns into this crazy super hacker. He's obsessed with the Oasis. He keeps all his hair shaved. He's like this bald Matrix Neo looking dude.
That was the funniest part. He was talking about how he like works out every morning for like a good hour, so he's like staying fit, and he takes a shower that like drips this gel that just kind of nares his entire body. And I thought, why the hell would you do that? You'd have no eyebrows. And then the next line was like,
No,
you get used to not having eyebrows.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hey, you called it!
looking like Uncle Fester. I was like, oh, fuck that, man.
So he has a goal. His goal is he's decided that after losing Artemis, because he tries to go after Artemis, he puts his heart out there. That's when you first see growth from Wade, because Wade is all about Holiday and getting the egg, but his character arc changes once he meets Artemis, because he falls in love with Artemis, and then that's when you first see the first sign of like, okay, so the egg is important, but this chick is important too. That's the first time he starts to talk about her, and that he's almost willing to put the egg on the back burner and spend time with
But you
Artemis.
know why it's not that hard to imagine though. He's a poor ass kid with nothing. He has nothing. So yes, you would like how everyone would love to win the lottery. You're never gonna win the fucking lottery.
Ever.
You would love to. You imagine what you would do with the money, but you wouldn't. You could give up your career of pursuing winning the lottery for something real. You know, like it's not that big a stretch. Hey, we haven't even talked about H.
I know, we're gonna talk about
yeah.
Etch. Etch is like the big thing. There's a side character named Etch who's basically the third placer. I mean, occasionally some people will get above, but Etch
Percival's
is basically
best friend.
his best friend online.
Wade's
Never
best
met him in person. He's basically his best friend, and he is the third placer. So there's like, you got the Sixers, and then other than the Sixers, you got four serious contenders.
The high five originally.
Five. Yeah, you got Kaito and Daido, right? Or
Yeah.
Saito or something in Daido.
Daido and Haito or something like that.
Some shit like that.
It's the two blades.
Tell your
two Asian- okay, so there's two Asian dudes.
That's what I was thinking of, Daido.
Being
So there's
the top
two of
four.
them, then there turns out to only be one, and then there's Etch, Artemis, and Percival. And those are your top contenders in addition to the Sixers. So long story short, Wade finds out what happened. He at some point he has a falling out with the brothers, but then he aids with them in like a campaign, just like a off contest gaming campaign.
Another quest.
And they get an artifact. There's all these
Non-egg
artifacts that are like unique to the game, and if you have it, they're really powerful. So he wins it. They kind of bond back. One of the brothers dies, and that's when, and they realize that it was the IOI. Anyways, at that point, that's when Wade is like, hey, this place is fucked up. This is dangerous. Somebody has literally died. I think it's funny that he kind of knew it before with his aunt, but he didn't really care. But then when it went down with his friend, he's like, okay, this shit's serious.
So after IOI got to the third key first, and then they got to the third gate first, they pretty much set it up to where no one else can get in.
Do have access to the software, because this corporation, even though Halliday designed it, he did hire them to do specific like shit.
Well, they
for
got
it.
money, and they have an advantage. They have a clear advantage. So Wade decides to take, instead of trying to fight them in the Oasis, he actually goes into reality and finds a way in as like a covert spy. This is where Wade, so in the third section of the book,
Wade is fucking smart as fuck,
Wade turns
you
into
guys.
this crazy neo hacker and just takes on the conglomerate by himself, to where he lets himself be taken in as an indentured servant, goes in as like a slave. While he's like a slave servant, he breaks into the system on the inside, changes some stuff around, gets some vital information to use against IOI in the end, and then comes back out and
Basically
helps
makes it so
everybody
other
out.
people can get into the island that they made it impossible for people
he
to
pretty
get
much
into.
like single-handedly took it down by going in and like a spy.
In the real world, he was able to extract files that showed them talking about blowing up the mobile home, about killing the one kid in Japan.
And they had files on everybody.
Yeah, they wanted to kidnap everyone else.
Including
So
Artemis's face.
the real world, yes. But then in the game, he hacked it to where one of their robots would take a bomb up to the guy making the protective shield, kill that guy, so then the shield would come down.
Yeah, he's 10 steps ahead. He pretty much turns into like, I'm not sure who, but he's 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, because we didn't say, but in this world, you can die, and if you die, you lose all your gear and all your shit, and you start over.
You basically have to make a new avatar, yeah. It's not like where you go to your last save point. You know what I mean? Nah, you fucked. You start from 0.
But we're talking about real world now. I want to know your opinion when you found out that H, his best friend, who was like just a white teenage boy in school, turned out to be a black chick.
Well, I mean, I laughed.
Big black girl.
Because they comment about her being a fat black chick. I mean, I laughed.
Once he broke out from being that indentured servant, he got a ride from her.
Yeah, so they're also... so Holiday's homeboy, I can't think of his name.
Ogston or whatever.
Augie. IOI's become super dangerous.
He's like, hey, you guys can't live anywhere because the IOI is on you. Why don't you guys come to my house?
Pretty much. So he arranges so all of them go to their house, but he tells our hero Parzival, Wade,
H is gonna pick you up.
H is gonna pick you up in his motorhome, drive back to Colorado, and then you guys are going
Seattle?
to. Was it Seattle? I thought it was Colorado.
You know, it's in Seattle.
Oh, Seattle?
Yeah.
And then I got these machines here. It's safe connection here. You guys can take down IOI from the Oasis.
I'll protect you because other than Halliday, I helped him create the Oasis. So I am the richest person alive.
Pretty much. So that's when Parzival and H finally meet for the first time. Parzival discovers that H isn't a guy. It's a girl.
It's a chick.
And not only is he a chick, it's
gay.
A gay fat black chick, which always bugged me that they just put every single thing, like they're trying to knock down all the... But now you see,
hold up. But this is what I like about Etch. She is every minority. Woman, black, gay. But
that always bugs me when they try to wrap up everything
But then when she justifies it, she's like, hey, my mom said you're never going to get anywhere because this is a white male's world. Yeah. And she was like, pose as a white male and see what happens for you. And guess what? It works for her.
Yeah, it works out.
The diverse character is never the main character.
That's fine.
And we said this in the last video. The diverse character is always a supporting character, and you're right. However, except for in Storm Siren, if you've ever read that, the main love interest is black. You should read that. Anyways, moving on.
No, hold on, wait. I want to say something though. When it comes down to characters, unless they are in a relationship within that story, whether it's a chick going for another chick or a dude going for another dude, if they're not going for someone in a relationship aspect, if they're doing something in a business or an adventure that doesn't have to do anything sexually, it shouldn't be mentioned what they are. That way you could go any which way you want. You can imagine them being gay. You can imagine being straight.
I don't care about that. If it doesn't affect the plot one other, I don't really care.
Then it doesn't need to be if it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but if it does, if it is, it doesn't matter to me. If it isn't, it doesn't matter to me. But what does bother me is when they throw it in there just to be. I do hate it.
That's what you just said.
I get it, but it doesn't bother me that it does happen. It doesn't bother me that it does happen, but I would like to see written by a straight author, like, I don't know. So long story short, we find out that Etches, whatever, they go to Seattle. They're all trying to pass this gate, and they've all kind of made a deal, like, let's all do it together, because you need 3 people to open the gate, right?
Yes.
3 is a magic number.
Turns out they've all been like, we're lone wolves. We're not going to join, because there's all these clans trying to, like, who have, like, made a contract where if any of them find the egg, they'll all split it, right? They all work it out where, okay, we need each other to open this. And when they're there, by the way, on the way there to Og's house, Wade is like, by the way, Artemis, I saw your picture and you're beautiful. And she's kind of mad.
These people build these online personas, you know.
Yeah. She kind of mad, but he said she was beautiful, but whatever. So they go about it. They go about opening the 3rd gate. Long story short, there's a battle. And...
giant robots.
And long story short, everybody dies. Everybody's avatar is supposed to die except for Wade. Do you remember that quarter we told you about from Pac-Man?
I don't think they do. That was like an hour ago.
Exactly. It happens like that in the book too. It happens like that in the book too. That quarter that seemingly had no significance except when you read it, weren't you guys like, oh shit, that quarter's gonna be important? You know you were. They try to make it seem like, oh, this is
I said that an hour ago.
I know, but you know what I mean? So then the quarter gives Wade, and only Wade, an extra life. So everybody is knocked out of the place and only he is there.
And the Sixers are right on his tail because
they log back
even though the main guys who are the front runners lost all their stuff,
there were some like
there's
guys,
people right on their heels ready
to
take the spot so they can get.
Once you die, you drop off the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So long story short, we beat the third, and then we go into this room. So, and he's like kind of he's on walkie with them. They're dead, like Etch, Artemis, and is it
Soto.
Kaido or Dido? Which
Soto.
one? So whichever one it is. They're dead, but they're on walkie. Then they go into the office. Long story short, he's got to find, what is he got to find?
It's like there's games.
All the systems like throughout the generations, you know.
And then he has to put the game that they reference in the first adventure, whatever. The game they reference in the very beginning of this book, super spoiler alert. That's where Holiday hid his egg. It's like this. They reference in the beginning. It's where the first Easter egg was ever documented. They kind of bring that back to the end of the book, and that's where he finds Holiday's Easter egg after he beats the game. So it's actually the easiest gate.
Yep.
It's pretty much
So
the
he wins
easiest
it.
gate.
Holiday tells him, and that's when Holiday tells him, hey, you won, whatever. I'm going to give your avatar all the power. Only you have this power. And BTW, you have the power. You have the power to end this game. Here's this button. And let me warn you something. If they start abusing the Oasis, end the whole thing. And let me warn you something. Don't forget to live in real life. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
Okay, look it.
Calm down.
I'll start with favorite character because I already said that Halliday is my favorite character. The fact that Halliday was not married to me is crazy because he's cool as shit. Even though I think he liked too much, he is still your superior nerd. Like, I feel like Halliday's kind of Ernest Cline in this book. I don't know. I mean, he seems like this guy had to be super nerdy who wrote this book. And this was his first fucking book. And this shit is a good book. So I think that if Halliday, I would want to be Halliday's friend. Like, he seems fucking awesome, dude, and complex.
Hopefully you're not a chick because they wouldn't talk to you.
I know, dude. I would have been all upon him. I'd have made him talk to me, and I don't give a shit about his money. I give a shit about his awesomeness.
When I was reading the book, I kind of imagined him as Judge Reinhold.
What?
Did you?
Yeah.
Halliday?
Yeah.
Well, I imagined him as older because.
No, but like, I imagine
Avatar,
him being Judge Reinhold throughout the ages.
I could see him as Judge Reinhold.
I totally pictured him as what's his name?
Isn't
Apple.
Who is it? Isn't
Bill
it
Gates?
Simon Pegg?
No.
Simon Pegg
Apple,
Augie.
man. Dude died.
Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs. I totally thought Steve Jobs, dude.
Simon
like the whole
Pegg's
time
playing
I'm like
one
Steve
of them
Jobs.
in the movie. I think it's Augie.
Bill Gates is alive.
Oh yeah?
I don't know.
Yes.
Who cares?
I like Artemis.
Wow, he hates
Fuck you.
women.
Okay, I didn't.
That's gonna be my choice.
Oh,
You
well,
can
I'm
have
not
the
done.
same choice. Oh my god.
First off, I'm okay. Artemis is almost my favorite character. I like her a lot, but my favorite character is Parzival.
He's a good character.
Like, so I usually don't go for main characters. I think the only other time I went for a main character was another book we read. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Maybe it was
Steelheart.
It probably was Steelheart. Thank you. Good memory.
You did several.
Good memory.
Yeah.
But Parzival
4 years
Wade
later.
is my favorite character in this book. I love his character arc. A lot of books don't have a true character arc where some of the time they're the same all the way through. It's either a stubborn girl from the beginning, she's stubborn all the way to the end. Selfish from the beginning, selfish all the way through the end. Wade is a recluse nerd who actually has to step out of his bubble, become a hero, and go from like, I'm a loner who wants to win this, to like, you know what? We're going to do this together. You guys are my friends. He has friends outside of the Oasis. He has love outside of the Oasis. I love the person he became. So he is my favorite character.
He's a great character.
He never did it for the money, yeah.
Well, in the beginning, it was all about the money in the beginning.
But whatever.
That's the whole thing.
It was the game.
No, because he was poor. So in the beginning, it was for the money. But
I think it was,
towards the end, it wasn't.
That was like a hint of it, but I think that at the end of the day, he really he felt elite. I feel like Wade is real. He's real in the Oasis. Yes, he cares about the money, but he's Oasis elite.
He knows too much shit.
Well, he knows a lot of stuff. He's obsessive.
Yeah.
But like in the end, he even changes his goals. His original goal was to put all of his friends and people he cared about in a spaceship and get out of Dodge on Earth.
Yeah.
And
but
find
that's
a new
just
planet.
more of that's like the same shit when people are like, I'm moving to Canada because I don't like our
No, it's like if I won the lottery, I would do this. I would
But
do
his
that.
goals changed.
But
Once he got the money, he was like, "We can do what you want to do, Artemis."
You can't. No, but he did it because he also loved the game. You can't devote all your time studying all this bullshit when you know the chance of winning that
like
shit
an
is
idiot
so.
savant.
There was 5 years where no one thought this shit actually existed.
I think you're right, but I think in the end, he did it. By the end, he did it for love. I don't think he cared about the money.
I
in the
think
end.
that love
I
has a
don't
lot
think he ever
to do
truly
with
cared
it.
about the money.
I think he did in the beginning.
I think he cared a little
he
bit,
just
but I
changed.
also think that he had a love of the game.
I think that it's a clear transition with his love or obsession for the game, and then all of a sudden his obsession for Artemis, because he was obsessed with Artemis.
No, totally. He was obsessed with Artemis. No argument with you there, but I do think that he was like game elite. Don't you? I don't think he's as greedy as you think he is at the beginning.
He was greedy. No, I think he was. No, in the beginning, he's a purist, but he's greedy. His priorities just changed.
I think if he was that greedy, he would have fucking hit his aunt's boyfriend over the head with something.
He was also
to
a punk.
If he
was a punk
was
nerd,
greedy,
too,
he would have just took the money from IOI when they offered him that money.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
Like, hey, tell us what you did.
He
we'll
makes
give you this money.
a good fucking point.
Go ahead, favorite character.
I'll go with Artemis. Once she got all about knowing her in the real world with like her wine spots and stuff, like yes, you know, but fucking world's declined, so everyone's kind of fucked. So and everyone plays the goddamn Oasis game, so everyone's out of shape, stinky, weird. So, but she's smart in her own right. She's not as good as certain games as Z is, but.
Clever.
She's very like strong-headed. She's strong-willed. Like she's got some moxie.
The only thing that she changed was that scar. Other than that, she looked exactly the same. So all she did was make her. And honestly, like how accurate can you make that pigment on the face and the avatars? Whatever.
And like I understand like her hesitance about getting with him and kind of breaking it off. Like I'm sorry, it was fun and it is fun to do that kind of stuff. But she still wanted an eye on the prize. She has more different priorities.
She wanted to cure the world of hunger.
Like she's not a bitch for that.
Yeah.
It's you got your MO. So, but I feel like she was a cool chick.
Yeah, I agree with you. Drew Wolf, you rate the book.
I'm gonna give it a 4.75. The only reason I kind of did a little nick away from it is because in the beginning, like the quoting all the stats and all the references and everything was a little too fucking tedious. Like you're like, come on, we get it. And then it kind of chilled a bit and it was cool. Then it kind of went back to it, but it was just the references, which are cool and nice and all. It was a little much.
For me, I give it a 5, and I'll tell you why. And once again, this is me being elitist, whatever, but I read a dickload of books. I've already read 57 new books this year. That's not even including the books I've reread, which is probably like 30. So to me, I don't grade on that kind of scale, like this book is perfect or not perfect. I grade on a scale of all other books. And honestly, this is a 5 book. Like if I compare it to some of the books I've read this year, and I've read a lot of good books, to me, anything above a 3 is good. 2.5 is in the dead center, so anything above a 3 is good to me. 3 or above is good. This is a 5 book. Like honestly, it has everything you want. Characters you love. Very interesting plot. It was very hard for me to put this book down. I read it really quick, considering how long it is.
Almost 400?
Yeah, it felt longer than it was, but there's a lot of intricate detailing, and with all of the description, and y'all know me, y'all know Banshee, she doesn't like that description shit. But this book, I love the way, because it was so interesting, and it was stuff I didn't know. Like, you don't have to take me into a living room and describe the furniture. I don't give a shit. I know about furniture. But this is a world I don't know about. I do need description. I like to see how this world that I don't know about is, If you want this to be a specific world, thank you for giving me the description. But I just felt like it was a really good read. And it made me think. Like, we got into some discussions here about how it made me think. It brought up, stuff that I don't normally contemplate. And I really can't give it anything less than a 5. Yes, I think Halliday liked too much shit to his point. I think that he didn't I mean, there are a lot of references. I don't think Family Ties needed to be in there. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. But I still think it's a 5 rate. It's a 5.
So I want to give it a 4.5, but I can't. Hold on. But I want to give it a 5 and I can't. So I think I'm going to go with Nick and give it a 4.75 because it's too good for a 4.5, but there's little things that irk me for a 5. So I'm going to give it a 4.75, but it's only because of little things. There's little things that bug me, but as far as like a book, it has everything. It has likable characters, a character arc for the main character. There's a love interest. There's actually topical content. There's a lesson in this. It's a very well thought out book. It's not just like a waste of time. There's a lot of books that are like, oh, we're in love, and it's all about love or all about something specific.
I don't know why guys hate love so much.
Well, I'm just saying, there's love in this book.
The world go round.
There's love in this book, but there's a lesson. The whole thing about them being caught up in the oasis and getting out in the real world, it's a very topical lesson about enjoying life while you have it. So I might just give it a 5. It's one of those things to where I want to knock it to a 4.5 or 4.75 because of all the descriptions and there's little tedious things, but the formula is almost a perfect book. The formula is great. If you took a literature class and read this book, the formula is almost perfect. It's just a little too
dream, dude.
Yeah, that would be the only reason why I would knock it back, because there's people who are going to read this who aren't nerds and are not going to understand anything.
But imagine if you were a fanboy and you could literally become a millionaire because they rewarded you for knowing so much shit about all your passions. Like if somebody would reward me from knowing every single word spoken in The Princess Bride, which I do.
Which I'm surprised that wasn't brought up.
That is the only fucking skill. That's the only time that skill will ever reward me. Other than that, it's just me loving The Princess Bride. But I would actually become a millionaire for knowing that shit.
We'll just give it a 5. I'm just gonna round
Yes,
it a 5.
give it a 5.
I'm giving it a 5.
5. It's a 5.
It's a 5. I can't give it less than a 5. It's too good of a book. There's little things that bug me, but everything else is so spot on.
It's a great book. Y'all motherfuckers read it.
I actually wanted more.
If you have any one little thing about you that's kind of nerdy, read this book.
We'll have to check into Armada.
Real quick, Dreamcast, real quick.
Well, the movie's coming out. I don't know. For Etch, I'm like Precious. I don't know.
It's messed up, but okay.
Why is that messed up?
I like who they picked for Artemis, but the other person I said was that.
You said it was a chick from Bates Motel, right?
Yeah.
I love her. I love Bates Motel.
So for me, it was pretty much what's his name? Scott Pilgrim. It was Michael Cera as the main guy. It was Ramona as Artemis. And even though I said that's messed up, it was Precious as only at the end.
See?
But that's only at the end, so that doesn't even matter. They could pick any chick they want.
Well, the Avatar's gonna be CGI, probably.
Yeah, the Avatar would probably be some good, like the dude from what's his name?
Ryan Guzman. That's who I saw mess.
Dude from Divergent for 4.
Oh,
it could be anybody.
So hot.
Yeah.
DOJ.
But that's what I was thinking in my head.
It's hard to cast. Wait.
Ryan Guzman, isn't that big fat Mexican dude?
No, it's the dude from that movie with Jennifer Lopez.
Okay, well, who's that big
Next Door?
Who's that big Mexican dude that's in that fucking Jack Nicholson Goose Fraba movie, and he's also in Lemony Snicket? His last name is Guzman.
Artemis?
Oh, I was thinking Luis Guzman.
Oh, not that dude! Ew!
But for Artemis, who's that light-eyed chick I like?
Alexandra Daddario. That's, you guys know
the chick who played Ramona.
You know about Matthew Daddario?
The chick who played Ramona in Scott Pilgrim. I can't think of her name.
That's fucking Mary Elizabeth Winstead or some shit. No, that's not her.
Yeah.
Is that Mary Elizabeth Winstead or? No, yeah, it is Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I was thinking Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio from fucking Robin Hood and Prince of Thieves for a second there. For the Japanese brothers, I don't know.
Dude, I think they're getting cut out in the movie.
No fucking way.
Can't.
They're not listed on IMDb.
Not.
I think they're probably going to try to
because this book is long. That is not honorable. I love when they were like Percival.
But you're missing characters. You can't have just H and him and.
No, Artemis. It's still 3. It's still 3.
That's true.
They can't. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for Books and Booze with Banshee and DZ. Thank you, Durfulfie, for joining us. Thank you for recommending the book. It's a really good book. You have a pretty good record. All the books that Durfulfie has had us read have been really good. Durfulfie, do you have a Goodreads account?
Yeah, I've never posted any books on it.
You should do that, and everybody should follow him, because clearly he got good suggestions. You should follow us, too. Do you have a Goodreads account, Deez?
No. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, help me out with that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. Hey, also drink this drink, because it was good.
Pretty good. It's
Yeah.
just, don't drink it at night.
I'm not a fan of Red Bulls, but this was
Red Bull!
tolerable.
Thanks,
I couldn't
everybody.
taste the Red Bull.
See y'all later.
Bye,
Next time.
thank you.
Go learn about the 80s.
80s, man.
Lady Hawk.
Why's your penis hurt?